to the Sweet Star Candle YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be reacting to some crazy candle TikToks and also doing a face reveal. I'm going to have my dream moment on camera. So let's just get started. And before we get started, I just want to say no hate to any of these creators. I just want to give my perspective as someone who does make candles for a living. So let's get started. So my first video is going to be the one that was probably in the thumbnail. This is like one of the most famous crazy candle TikToks, and it is called Candle Brand Sued After Woman Claims It Exploded. So she's got her candle in her kitchen and then picks it up, and then the bottom just completely comes out of it because it's basically melting the glass. But this can happen if you add too much fragrance oil, and a lot of companies, like big companies especially, they don't take as much care in between. They make like 500 scents, and they don't test them fully like you need to do for candles for safety. So I'm very sad that happened to her, and I wish that these things did not happen to consumers. You know, you buy a candle and you don't expect, you know, them to completely catch on fire and could possibly burn someone's house down. So that's all I have to say about that video. So my next video, also these videos are from YouTube. I'll have the original links down below. I just say YouTube and TikTok, but YouTube Shorts and TikTok are kind of the same thing. So my next video is called Floral Candle Makeover, and it is by Nadia Me. So she melts down some like pillar candles you would find at the dollar store, and then she adds in some essential oils. I'm going to pause it right there. You probably don't want to add any essential oils unless they're specifically made for candles. Let me go back and see. Oh, it says fragrance oil. Never mind. I will shut up. So she added some mango fragrance oil. But yeah, if you didn't know, essential oils, you just want to make sure that they're candle friendly. She adds in some decorative rocks on top and some flowers on top, which that was my main issue with this video is you don't want to add anything dried to, especially near the flame. If you want to add stuff that can catch fire, you kind of want it on the outside of your candle, and where the flame is at, you don't want, you know, anything that can, you know, go up in flames kind of. But this could just be for a decorative candle, and of course decorative candles, go for it, add anything you want. So that's all I have to say about this video. This one is called DIY Candle Hack, and she is taking the wax off of a bunch of baby bells and melting them down on a pot on the stove, and then breaking up another pillar candle that you would see at like the Dollar Tree, and the poor 1-year-old candle for someone's birthday. Okay, she's cleaning out her vessel, which is great. You want to clean out your vessels with alcohol. That way there's no dust or debris in the jar, because once you pour that wax, you can't like get the stuff out. So good idea there. Now she's filtering the wax, I guess to, oh gosh. Now she's adding in ground cinnamon. Yeah, don't do that. Only use, like I said, stuff that says specifically made for candles, either fragrance oil or essential oil. Never add any kind of spices or stuff like that. Just not a good idea, and it's not even going to work like this person thinks it might work. The like seasoning you put into food, it's not, you know what I mean? It's aromatic when you smell it, but you can't just add it to stuff to make it smell. I mean, you could add cinnamon to the top of a decorative candle for sure, but adding it for scent, it's just not going to work. It's going to smell burnt. It's going to be bad. So she adds in a bunch of cinnamon, mixes it up into the candle, and now she's zesting an orange. Adding that in there. Once again, that's not going to cause the effect that you think it's going to cause. It's just a fire hazard. And now she's adding in glitter, which I had mica powder and kind of a hypocrite, but mica powder, I've done tons of testing, and it is safe to go in candles in small amounts, and glitter is not. Definitely don't add glitter to candles. Just not a good idea. If you want to do the sparkly stuff with the glitter and all that kind of stuff, definitely try it in wax melts, but for candles, just not a good idea. It's just gonna clog your wick, and I mean, you can add it to the top of the candle, maybe a little bit, but not glitter you just buy at the store. So this candle is going to be like a nuclear bomb about to go off. And she adds in a wick. Wick is not secured to the bottom. Add wicks to candles, you want to make sure that they're secured to the bottom of the jar, so it's not a fire hazard once again. And then she lights it. I would hate to see how that candle smells. Baby bell and cinnamon and glitter smell, so not good. My next video is titled Candle Makers Don't Want You to Know This. So she takes a bunch of Dollar Tree pillar type candles and adds them to a pan on the stove and is just melting them down. I don't really like using the pan you use for cooking for candle making. That doesn't seem like a great idea, but let's just go for it. She takes the wicks out of the melted. Okay. I think she's adding in either water or the wax to 3 different jars, and now she's adding a bunch of like stuff that looks like it was found at the bottom of a lake into the jars. And I guess candle dye, mixing it up. She's using like a ton. It looks like water because none of this stuff is mixing. And now she's adding, I guess it was wax. Everything that she added didn't even mix into the candle. Just not a good idea. And then when she lights them, of course, the flame is huge. Well, I guess the flame wasn't too bad, but you don't add like random stuff you find at the bottom of a lake into wax and then burn it. People like to do a lot of things where they're like, oh, candle makers, you know, they're scamming us because stuff is so expensive, and you know, but supplies are expensive, legitimate supplies that will keep you safe when using candles. So that's why, you know, the prices of candles and things have gone up. But if you make candles at home, just do it through the proper ways. You know, get wax that's candle making safe. Get especially fragrance oil that's candle making safe. That's the main important thing. Don't add things that are going to catch on fire to your candles. I'm just saying the same things over and over again. Okay, next up is DIY Eternal Spring Candle. So she's adding in some rice to the bottom of her jar, and then she's adding in some flowers, and then adding in water. And then she's adding oil to the top, and then dipping some Q-tips in oil and then lighting those. Now, it looks really pretty, but I would not recommend lighting Q-tips on fire. Maybe if you're out in the woods and, you know, that's your survival type video, but I mean, wicks are so easy, and oil, I don't know. It's gonna be a no for me, but it looks really pretty. And you know, if you could make that same look with gel and normal wax, I mean, I would recommend that more. But on to the next video. So my next video is called DIY Candle Coasters. You're raised in a home where nothing goes to waste. W saying, and then she adds concrete to a plastic container and then puts a candle on top. I think this is a really cute idea, and honestly a pretty good business idea if you already make candles and you have concrete lying around and you want to do something cute. Especially you could make them the size of your specific vessel, so people would have to buy your candles to go with the concrete thing. So that was a good video. I like that. Next video is called I Put a Candle Inside of a Purse Vase. So let me pause it immediately. She looks like she went to Five Below and picked up a vessel. Not good. Yeah. Unless it says made for candles, don't do it. Then she's taking some pillar jars, and then she's adding a wick into the bottom of this strawberry vase. Now, vases, same thing with all these other things I'm saying. Unless it says made for candles, don't do it, because this, I mean, can catch your house on fire, can shoot, you know, I guess ceramic glass from the base all over everyone. Just not safe. Let's just continue. So she pours the wax that she just melted down, making some strawberries. Okay, cute. Adding them to the top and then lighting it on fire. Okay. Now, the wick in the middle, it's okay for right now. It's not touching the sides where the ceramic's at, because if you didn't know, like vases and things, you have a heat threshold for how much a, you know, vase, jar, ceramic thing can take, and then it will explode. So like jars like this, specifically made for candles, purchased to make candles from a candle supplier. Random things at Five Below, you know, doesn't say, you know, make a candle out of me. So really cute idea. Wish they made vases that look like that to make candles in. That would be really cool, but just don't do it. Just buy candle making supplies. But really, I like the idea. It looks really cute. I love the strawberries and all that. Really cute. Next up is Christmas candle making part 1. Making a candle Christmas themed. Okay. She added in wick stickers, which is great. This is what I was saying. When you add in your wicks, don't just let them just hover in the wax. Not safe. So having a wick sticker and a wick tab is great. Now she adds in some wooden wicks and then some soy wax. Okay. Measuring it out. Microwaving it. It's fine. And then let's see if these are candle safe. So she microwaves it. Holiday. 1 second, guys. I'm trying to see if the box, if it says fragrance oil, premium fragrance oil. Okay, great. Perfect. So she's adding in some fragrance oil drops, mixing it all together, pouring it into the bowl. I guess she's gonna let that solidify, and then she's got some Christmas tree molds. Then she's adding in some gold powder. I don't know. Wow, she added in a lot of gold powder. A lot of things with candle making, gel wax, normal candle wax, you don't have to have a ton of pigment or dye to color it. So she looks like she added about half of the powder into it. I'm not even sure what I mean, it looks like glitter to me. Then she pours it into the tree molds. Okay. Well, that was part 1. Maybe I can go find part 2. But anyway, other than using half of a bag of glitter, I mean, it was fine. It looks like it will make a really pretty candle. Next video is called How to Craft a Wildflower Candle, where this person has some clay and it looks like they added some little indentions of flowers, and now they're making like a candle jar, it looks like. Painting it and then sealing it. And now she's adding in a wick and pouring in, oh gosh, let me pause right there. Adds a wick, adds the wax, and then puts rose petals on top. Now, rose petals, they smell nice when they're not about to catch on fire, but I'm assuming when she lights this, if she continues to use the candle past like the first time, those rose petals will definitely catch on fire. Just not a good idea. But with the concrete thing, definitely you can definitely make concrete candles and make sure that they're safe for candles. I've seen a ton of people do that. As long as you do your research, it's completely fine. Unless you like the candles, but yeah. Really pretty, but don't add rose petals. So the last video I'm going to be watching is called Disappointed is a Understatement. So she's got a silicone mold and she's just taking it out. That is definitely a real struggle if you work with silicone. And it broke her spoon. She's taking it out. And then I guess she used actual waffles in there. I'm gonna pause it for a second. I did something similar to this with some Trix cookies in this video. I basically turned them into tiny, cute wax melts. I didn't make very many of them, but you can definitely do a lot of cool things with wax melts and candles using silicone molds. So she's just taking them out of the silicone mold. Yep, normally with food, it catches debris everywhere. It's horrible. She added in some color. And I'm assuming when she takes this out, it'll have some debris on the side. Yep. So the first pour, you're basically getting out any kind of silicone that's not exactly with the other silicone, and you also be getting out the crumbs of the food. But once she gets the mold getting cleaned out, it'll be a perfect mold for making a candle. And she's adding in some more soap, and then so yeah, you can definitely do a lot of cool things with silicone molds. The stuff that I used wasn't silicone, it was something you can reuse over and over again, because I figured with my YouTube channel, I want to show a lot of different things, and I don't want to be stuck to silicone. It kind of just stays as silicone. You can't make more things out of it. But thank you everyone for watching today's video. Let me know if you enjoyed it and if you want a part 2. I'm doing a giveaway at 500 subscribers, so be sure to like the video and subscribe. And as always, I will have a link at the top of the description so you can check out my candles. But thank you everyone for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week.